Though if you're gonna try to take advantage of the community is gonna spit you out.
Yeah, and I mean... Hi guys!
Hi.
We are Matitz and Clara, and welcome to our Royalty Cosplay Podcast. Today, we are talking about Slovenian comicons. Will you pour the tea today?
Yes, let me do the honors. What are we drinking today?
Today we have another vanilla tea, but this time it has chocolate in it. Yeah. And I'll add a bit of vanilla in mine.
Do me too. Let's see how this tastes for the very first time.
Oh my god, I'm just gonna drink this because I need this.
5 hours later.
And it's gone.
Your new favorite?
No, it's not my favorite. I'm loyal.
You're So, conventions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slovenian conventions.
Yeah. Since we did a recap last time, let's do an in general conventions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many have you been to Slovenian scene?
I think I've been to all of them minus one. Because one Umiko, I didn't go because my sister had her birthday on the same day. So, but now I have the same problem for the next year because it's on the same date, and I hope that I'm gonna be able to do both.
She should celebrate there.
Yeah, yeah.
Convince her by promising to buy her a present, like something from a stand that she likes.
I usually buy her something. Yeah.
This time she can
choose for herself.
Yeah. I've been only to Mofukon, or makkon before it was Mofukon, and nevidnega. None other. Okay, Game Gang. I was for like
oh right, I
1
wasn't
hour.
at Game Gang.
You weren't. Okay.
No.
I was for 1 hour just because I wanted to see one panel. So, and that was it.
Which panel?
LARP, of course. Just LARP talk. And that was it. And then we had to go. So
How was it?
It was busy. Given that it was at the same location as nevidnega usually is, it was very different.
Gospodarsko razstavišče?
Yeah, it was very different vibe. I mean, it was the same in sense that it is a convention style, but it was very much focused on gaming, car racing and stuff like that. So it was like you entered a whole new avenue, basically.
We basically have three different kinds of conventions in Slovenia.
Yeah,
like,
but more events.
Namana would be like this mainstream comicon
all of it
version.
together, yeah.
Then we have anime-based Umiko and Mofukon, and games. Game Gang and Epicenter. Yeah.
I haven't been to Epicenter and I haven't been to Umiko, and I hope this changes this 2024. But I'm loyal attendee of nevidnega and Mofukon / makkon. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I'm biased, but probably nevidnega. Because it's the first one I've been to. No, it was not the first one I've been to. Makkon was the first one that I've ever been to. I think I just skipped 2 makkons, the years that it was in Šiška Kino Complex, because I didn't know that it was there. It was very badly advertised, so I didn't know it was there. But nevidnega, I've never skipped since I know it exists. So that was 2016.
Loyal attendee.
Yeah.
My first was in Isola.
You told me that.
Yeah, that was very fun because it was outside. It was very different from anything that I experienced since.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was on the square and everything was like outside, and the stage was outside as well by the sea. It was very cool, very nice experience. Kind of sad that they moved the date, like this then transitioned into Umiko, and they moved the date to an earlier date, so it's not in the summer anymore. So that's a bit of a like...
It's in April now. It's late spring.
20th of April this year. Okay. 2024.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hope.
I mean, I bet it's gonna be a nice one. It's
Yeah.
always a nice one. Like every con is.
Just no April weather and we're good.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's outside, yeah, you have to consider the weather.
No, it's gonna be inside.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
gonna be inside.
ever since it's been moved,
Uh-huh.
and it's
okay.
moved from Isola to Koper as well, so it's inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's part of pre-planning for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a planner by soul. No, I don't know. I'm a planner.
Cannot relate.
Yeah, I have to. Even before children, I wanted to be extremely organized when traveling or attending something. And now that I have children, I have to include that as well. Are they going with me? If yes, what are we gonna be able to see or do? If they're not gonna be with me, where will they be? And how do I get from the con to pick them up?
Yeah.
So I have to plan everything. And that's transport, weather, how much stuff I'm going to have with me. So yeah, there's a lot that I have to do
Yeah.
beforehand. But yeah.
But you're more organized. Like I do all the planning in my head, which isn't a good. It's not a very good thing to do. Like.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, but like for Numene, for the last couple of years, I am a part of the organization group for cosplay. So that starts way before the convention even is manifested. So that's months and months and months of preparation and meetings and whatnots, and yeah.
So they force you to be organized, at least in that
At least
area
in that. Yeah, but
of the
that part is not hard to be organized, like in my mind. I don't know how other people's minds work, but I have like a whole calendar in my mind, which I can like see, and I can
Nice.
just like every date is like a special kind of box, and then just everything for Numene is just colored in blue.
team color.
Yeah, I don't know.
For me, it gets like that in my mind, but only after I put it on paper. So I like to print out a schedule, either a calendar or just pen and paper type of situation. And yeah, it helps that the main nevidnega, at least, has an app. It's usually active a few weeks before the event.
Yes.
And the program is on there, so you can actually see at what time something is there, and it actually allows you to check the things that you're interested in, and it's supposed to alert you. This is starting now.
A notification before it starts.
It's amazing.
Nice.
So I used that last year, and it actually did quite a lot for me, yeah. Because I was a cosplayer, I was the competition, so I had prejudging and then have to be there and there this and this time, and it helped me. Vavka, come here. What's up? Pedituki hop. Pedituki hop.
Bavko ima nekaj za povedati zraven.
Yeah. Cat ass on her. It helped. It helped me to plan what I want to see, either panels or talks or crafty workshops. What else was there? Yeah, and when will I have time to see the artist alley or everything?
I think it's also good that one doesn't check too many boxes of what you want to do, because then you're just gonna be running from one thing to another, and you forget to have fun in between.
And eat and drink.
Yeah.
Food on the conventions.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I mean, I usually just forget to eat or drink or just, yeah, totally like food doesn't exist for that day. And then usually someone reminds me that it's time to go to eat something. And I'm like, oh yeah, now that you mention it, I might be hungry. Usually at all the cons, there's some food there, like food stands and stuff like that. At anime conventions, there's a lot of Asian kind of different foods to experience new things for those who like to experience new things, not for me.
So if you're planning to go to a specific type of convention, you have to keep that in mind. So if you're not for, let's say, Asian food at the anime event, then you should pre-plan that.
Yeah. Or if you just forget about food before you come there, If you're not as organized as you,
Oops.
and you come there, there's always gonna be an option for you to
Yeah.
eat something.
Except if you're picky like you.
Yeah, then you'll starve. But if you're picky as me, you're used to starving.
And you said you either forget about food
Yeah,
either way,
yeah.
so you survive.
I survive. Yeah, I eat a lot when the con is over, when all the excitement and stress and everything leaves
in.
my body. Then I get this, oh my god, I haven't eaten. Why do I feel so tired? Maybe it's because I didn't have any food today. And then I go to eat something. But those parts are usually very good because the whole group of our cosplayer group goes together to eat somewhere, and we like recap the convention.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
See, I usually don't do that because of me picking up children after the convention, or having them with me and can't go eat at that late hour. So yeah, I will probably try to go and eat in between, if there's an option. What else do you like about conventions?
I really enjoy the time before it opens, like especially at nevidnega. I arrived there early as well because I have a lot of things cosplay wise, organization wise to do. And I love the feeling of everything getting ready and everybody just making sure their stands are up.
Buzz of energy.
Yes, like that anticipation before the doors open. That's one of the best parts, and then just bursts. That's so amazing.
Yeah, I miss that part because as a LARP assistant, I did that as well. I came earlier to help with the stand. But now as a cosplay attendee, I came when everybody else comes, and I kind of miss that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
At some conventions, we have a very different experience when you're competing or when I'm judging. We experience the con in a different way because you have prejudging. We both have prejudging, basically, and that takes away from a con, from one side of the con, but you get to experience the different side. Like when you're a judge, you get to see all the cosplayers up close, which you cannot do if you're just in the audience. But it's also a lot of work.
All the details and everything, you see all the details.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But you're there for hours.
Yeah.
Whereas as a cosplay competitor, I just have to wait my turn.
Yeah.
That's waiting a bit. And then talk to you, and then
you're free
to go, but still it takes away from the convention.
Yeah.
For example, if the prejudging is at the same time as something else I'm interested in,
you cannot attend that.
Yeah.
No. Unless like last year at nevidnega, one girl came and she was like, "Can you please change my hour because I want to visit that panel that's in the same time frame?" Like, yeah, sure, just.
Yeah, Slovenia.
I was able to switch some things around, and she was able to do both. So
yeah,
we tried to accommodate as much as possible.
I think Slovene conventions are still either so small or organization teams so adaptive, flexible that you can actually do that. Because I think abroad it would be a way different story, but
I don't know.
Here it's lovely.
Yeah.
I did that twice so far because of the children.
Maybe it's because the community takes care of the community. We're gonna make sure that everyone has as much fun as possible.
Thank
That's
you.
the goal.
Really, thank you. That's a lot of work, and I appreciate it. As a cosplay attendee and as a cosplay competitor, I see it and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Speaking of all the things that you miss as a cosplayer, either on your side or on mine, I really do enjoy that conventions have time schedules for all the lectures and presentations that they're going to have, so you can actually plan workshops, and so you actually can plan when are you going to see the artist alley, and that's my part of the pre-planning because last year I tried to plan my way because if it's a bigger event you have to include also the architecture of the building, so you don't run diagonally across the whole convention just because you want to see something. So you can actually plan those things as well. For example, Mofukon is fun like that because it's actually in two buildings separated by a glass hallway. That glass hallway is amazing for taking pictures, for example. I don't know how an event outside would be. Can you tell me about what was it?
I think it was before Umiko. I don't know what it was called before that. That was my first, so I didn't know anyone back then.
So you were probably not even focused on...
No, I was focused on just, can I call it an artist alley? It was just the stands around the square, and that was my first convention in Slovenia at all. Like, I was just excited. I was just like taking everything in. Like, I was only focused on what I saw, what was there. So I didn't have anything to compare it with, and I didn't have anything that I would feel like I like this, because it was so new and everything was so awesome that I was just like a sponge. Yeah, just taking it in. Taking photos with all the cosplayers and everyone. Clara's cosplay always says that was the first time we met each other. And she's like, yeah, Matisse was running around all happy, all excited.
You still are, just
I'm still excited about it. Yeah, every convention there's always something new that you haven't experienced before, and there's always things and cosplayers, and even if you know a person for like 6 years and you see them at a convention, a new cosplay, I'm gonna be excited about it. Like, I'm gonna be mind blown, of course.
That conventions are fun like that, because you know what to expect, but there's always something new.
A lot of room for surprises. Good surprises.
Can I share something with you?
Sure.
I've never went to a convention just simply as a visitor since 2016. Before that, yes, on makkon, but after that, almost never. Never. I was always either a cosplayer or a helping hand on a stand. So,
yeah, you can get drawn into this quite easily if you're someone who's excited about it. Like, I think there's always room for more people to be a part of it. These are the parts of our community that I like a lot. Like, if you want to be an active member of this community, the community is gonna accept you, and you will find your own place in it, and everyone is gonna love you, and you're gonna find new friends, and you're gonna enjoy yourself so much. Yeah.
And it's really amazing. I love that fact about Slovenian tiny community. It's not that tiny anymore, but it still feels like that, because
it feels homey.
Yeah. You're quickly accepted, you quickly find area you're good at or appreciated at, and you just have to ask.
Yes. And though if you're gonna try to take advantage of the community is gonna spit you out.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody's gonna quickly learn about it. So there is room for redemption, but everybody will know. So we tend carefully. I mean, that's a good thing if you ask me, because
yes, of course.
Makes people think twice before they act.
It should. I guess.
Do you have any tips or tricks for someone who is attending a convention in Slovenia for the first time? Either as a normie or as a cosplayer. Probably cosplayer, because it's a cosplay podcast.
Don't con crunch the night before the convention. Try not to, because if you're gonna do that, you're gonna come at the convention tired, and that's gonna take away from the experience of the day. Like, make sure that as much as you can, that you finish things on time, and that you can rest before the convention. It's gonna be hard to rest, because you're gonna be excited, because it's gonna be hard to fall asleep, but try as much as possible to get some good rest, because good rest will help you to have a nice Saturday or Friday or whatever day.
Experience day.
Yes, that's the first thing.
That's the first
thing. The second thing is, don't have too much on your plate for one day. You will not be able to experience everything. Don't try to experience everything.
Or if you will probably regret it in the evening.
You're gonna be running around and
get tired and hungry and cranky. Hangry person type of style. So I believe that, make a list of things that you want to experience, but don't be so hard on yourself that you must and have to experience everything. Like, go there and see what happens. Just go there and just let the convention take you through it. That's the best way to experience it. I usually take one or two things that I really want to see. that are not scheduled at the same time. And I still leave 1 hour of free time between them, just because if one runs late, just so that I have something that I can cling on to. Oh, I really want to see this, but not too much. Like 3 things are rare for me.
Yeah. I remember the first time I went to Vienna Comic-Con. The night before I was making a list, I was going through all the things that are gonna be at a convention and writing them down. I want to experience this and this and this
See?
and this
Pre-planning.
and this. I did, yeah. And then I was like, I cannot do everything. The list was so long. Was like, I cannot do this, all of this.
You
at
should
once.
either teleport around, which is impossible,
or just clone myself in like 5 different matices and just run around. So I shortened the list, and it was still an amazing experience. Like I didn't feel like I lost anything because I couldn't attend every workshop or everything that I wanted to see.
So don't pressure yourself.
Don't pressure, definitely. As little pressure as possible. There's always gonna be next year. There's always gonna be the next convention, and if you missed something here, you can just do it there, or maybe the next year.
Like, and the panels and the lectures are usually pretty similar. So if you missed, I mean, the theme is similar, but the lecture will be different. But still, if you missed one this year, there's guarantee at the bigger events there's gonna be a similar one next year as well. So you can pre-plan. You can make up the mind to see that next year. So, Can I tell you the funniest thing that I pre-planned for myself and appreciated the shit out of my past self? A chair. A foldable chair when I was pregnant, so that I could sit at any point at any place except in like Artis Alley in the middle of it. I could just go to the side of the convention, put up my chair and sat down.
Rest for a bit.
Yeah, and rest for a bit. And I bought a foldable chair that looked like a droid, and I was Padme.
Oh my god.
Yeah, did you see the pictures? Probably not. But I had like a black stool type of situation that pops in.
Yeah. Oh my god, awesome. Another thing, I've noticed that that a lot of cosplayers tend to spend a lot of time in the wardrobe, just hanging in the wardrobe. I would advise against that. Just go out and just hang at the con.
There's multiple reasons for that, because the convention is meant to be enjoyed and experienced, not just a cosplay closet. Second of all, because the cosplay closet starts to smell. And it's not fun when somebody else walks in. And the third reason,
and people are changing.
Like, that was my third
give
reason.
Give them the room to change and go out. There was a lot of like at meji nevidnega last year. The pre-judging panel was
extremely close.
Extremely close. We're gonna change that for the next year. And people were just hanging out in the wardrobe that was very close, and the doors were like open through, so there was a lot of noise, and at some point some young cosplayers decided to throw ball at each other, and they were like the ball went right here, like next to me, and was like, what the hell is going on?
Danger.
Yeah.
Oh boy. There's a plus and a minus to that. They should be ready at the point when you call them in, but if they're not, you always know, he's not ready, but you are, and you can see and call them in a different order if you're flexible like that. But also a minus is
we try to make the list of everyone and time frame everyone, and then send the time to every competitor, so they know when they're gonna come to the pre-judging, so they don't have to wait from like, I don't know, the morning. If you're the last one on the list, there's no need for you to be waiting for us.
Just those 15 minutes up and down. That was amazing.
And we had a very nice I'm gonna call her a minion, because she was helping with calling people, and she was like, the next one is Clara Chotar, let's say, and after her it's that cosplayer. So the one that's after you was already preparing.
Or if they were lost at the convention, they had time to be called in
to get found.
Waiting in lines is a big part of the convention, I would say. And it happened in Slovenia as well, finally.
Several times.
I mean, at least twice already.
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Before COVID, I don't remember that. I've never waited in line for either meji nevidnega or makkon. But last year at meji nevidnega, it started
Yeah,
And
there was a long line and not everybody was able to come in.
Yeah, and twice at Mofukon already. I don't know about others because I've never been, but wow, it happened.
Yeah, a lot of people are attending.
I was lucky enough to skip Mofukon line this year because of my cosplay competition. But last year in the main nevidnega, I was so lucky because I called my friend who lives in Ljubljana, so where the convention was, and she was already standing in the line. And I said, okay, I'm driving from Shuntur. Can you please either buy me a ticket or wait for me at the line so I can get in? But timing was perfect. When I arrived, she was already at the booth to buy tickets. So I just called her, I see you, please buy 2. I will return the money right now. Just please buy 2 tickets right now. So I was lucky enough. But yeah, otherwise I would be waiting for 2 hours probably. I don't want to play the cosplayer card, but I probably will have to at some point.
If you would be in a competition at main nevidnega, we would make sure that you would be on time inside for
the
pre-judging.
yeah.
Because we had this problem last year when some competitors were in line waiting and they called me and he said, yeah, I'm gonna be late for pre-judging, but I'm standing outside in the line. I am here, but like I have to wait for the ticket. I was like, you know what, just come here, let's get you a ticket, let's get you on pre-judging because you cannot be late for that.
And that's by no fault their own, because even if you start waiting in line when the event opens and the pre-judging is in less than 2 hours, even if you were there before the doors opened, there's no guarantee that you... because Mofukon this year, for example, if they didn't have that type of organization, I would be waiting more than 2 hours to get in. And the doors opened at 11 and the pre-judging was at 1. And not even mentioning the part where I have to get in cosplay. So I would actually be late for the event. And that would be no fault of mine because I would be on time. Because, I mean, except if I camp outside before the doors open. I just wanted to say, in a sense, that they were late to stand in the line.
The line starts early because everybody wants to get in as soon as possible. Like if everybody comes at the same time, there's gonna be a line. Nemina is doing everything we can to shorten the line and to make sure that everybody gets in this year. So no one will be left outside without a ticket, hopefully. Unless there's gonna be like 5,000 people. Also, if a con has an option to buy tickets online before it happens, you should do that. Because
if you know that for sure that you're gonna attend.
Because sometimes you also have, like, maybe not for Slovenian cons yet, but for international cons, you also get some discounts if you buy the tickets earlier.
That's true.
Hopefully that's gonna be something that our conventions can work on.
How do you get all your cosplay props and parts of the costume to a convention?
In my car.
No, but holding them in hand and stuff like that.
I park very close.
You cheater. I have to walk. Usually I have to walk for 5 minutes plus because of the parking lot. And that's the part that I always forget about. How will I get all my cosplay stuff to the convention? And I have to get better at that because I always forget to either make a prop foldable somehow or
just a big suitcase.
Or Phoebe's head would not fit in any suitcase. And my Ashton hammer, which
also
is
not.
Not. So with Ashton hammer, I could probably make an arrangement to make it fold itself. I know that Lonely Wolf J does that with his bigger props, but Phoebe's, I completely forgot about that aspect. So I was carrying him around like a purse.
Or you have to come with a lot of friends that will help you carry everything. At some point, I think at some conventions we were dressing up in the parking lot. So then everything was already on me. But like when I was in the Vienna Comicon, I dressed up at my cousin's place and then I walked through the town and through, what's it called? Metro? Underground, as Thor and as Captain America.
Oh my god, did somebody stop you?
No, they did take pictures, but they didn't ask if they could.
I know that when I went to Elfia
Mm-hmm.
this year, people actually knew and recognized what we are planning to go see,
Mm-hmm.
because almost everybody that attended it stayed at the same town.
Mm-hmm.
And that town had trains going almost to the parking lot of that convention.
Yeah.
So there were people dressed in cosplay completely, or costume
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
everything. And people that asked, what are you guys doing? And we said, we're going to Elfia. They knew, oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
normies
Mm-hmm.
knew
Mm-hmm.
immediately. Like the
Mm-hmm.
whole town recognized, oh, this is the day.
Yeah.
So even if we were in cosplay, they did look at us funny, but then they remembered what they
Yeah.
did. Well, that was fun. I mean, in Slovenia, I don't think there's recognition like that. I don't think though people that know that it's going to happen are either going there or they don't know that it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it pushed already?
Yeah.
Stuff like
Carnival.
that. Yeah.
So what 2024 event are you most excited about in Slovenia?
Honestly, all of them. I'm probably gonna be the judge at Nomena. We have ICCC this year.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that.
Me too.
Yeah, there's so much different things to experience at every con that I'm excited about all of them. I'm excited to see new cosplayers. I'm excited to see what cosplays other people are gonna wear and make, and yeah, everything. I just cannot wait.
Yeah. I have no idea how this year will play out for me, but I plan to go to 2 new events for myself, so Umiko and Epicenter.
Mhm.
Hopefully I'll make it. I'm gonna attend Game Gang, hopefully for more than just 1 hour like last year. But I'm really excited about nevidnega for the same reason. ICCC.
Mhm.
Oh boy. This is going to be an amazing event.
Yeah.
Like, no pressure.
We are already working on it
Yeah, I
to
hope
make
so.
sure that
It's
everything.
in
Yeah.
4 or 5 months. Oh shit, I have to start my cosplay.
I have to start my cosplay. I have so many things to do for Nomena. I'm so grateful I'm not alone as an organizer at Nomena. Shout out to Clark's Cosplay. We make a great team.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, we really support each other, and we know how to work together
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that everything is as best as possible. There's also a lot of things that we have planned for the future, like Nomena and the whole cosplay community. Lots of different plans, and I really hope everything works out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I am really curious on how we will handle our local cosplay competition
Mm-hmm.
with ICCC in the mix
Mhm.
in one day.
Yeah.
No spoilers there.
No
For me?
spoilers.
Ah!
It's your turn to suffer.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
This is my Phoebus now.
Okay. I'll let myself be surprised.
Yeah.
Last week when we talked about Mofukon review, I told you about my first bad experience at the con actually.
Mhm. Yeah. People can go back and watch it and listen to it.
Yeah. But what's your best and worst experience that you like in all the years, not just last year or last time?
It's a really tough question. How
What's
do you compare a sunset to a rainbow if they're both
Aw,
beautiful?
okay, tell me about the best 3 ones. Or 2. Or 1.
Now I have to think about everything that I experienced. I would say one of the best experiences was the first time I was the judge at Nomena.
What year was that?
That was when I was Deadpool. So 2019.
Oh, so when I was Atlanta.
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
okay.
that was a very, very good experience. Mostly because I kind of got a sense of finding my own place in the community. Because, as I said in previous, like in the first episode, I studied art history, and now I found where I could use that knowledge in
Yeah.
this community. So that was a great aha moment for me. Also, like Captain Ghostly was a guest judge. So I had someone who knows how to judge right there in front of me. So I was able to get that knowledge from it very
learn.
quickly. I had my own ideas about it, and I had my own like background how to do it, which helped me a lot. But I also got to experience how someone else who is
I have goosebumps. I'm so happy for you.
who's someone who has a lot of experience in cosplay and judging does it. So I could put those both together and make a sensible way of judging for myself.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm scared now.
Of what?
Of being judged by you. No,
No.
it's a privilege to actually have someone with that knowledge. Like, you know, you're in good hands when you are being judged. Wow, that sounds scary, but it's true.
I hope that everyone feels this way, because I see new cosplayers come to be judged and they're standing 5 meters away from the table because they're like scared a bit, like, and we're like, come closer, we're not gonna bite you. From our point of view and from your point of view, this should be a learning fun experience.
Yes.
Yeah, no one is saving the world here. We're all making this for fun.
And speaking of that, I was recently wondering about my reasons why I like to compete, because I've competed 5 times now or something like that, and I started to ask myself if I will ever stop, and I came to the conclusion that until I feel like I can give to the community by me competing and showing people that yes, anybody can do it. I'm a mother, I have 2 children. I was pregnant when I competed. Even before that, I was an older cosplayer. Even when I started, I was 26 or 27.
What do you mean older?
That I was not a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that.
But I was wondering if I should stop or not. And I decided not to, because I want to show people that anybody can cosplay and anybody can compete. Simply because I don't know how to put it in words, but with me competing, I guarantee that I'm going to present myself as a cosplayer. And with that, I hope I install some kind of sense to others who have a wish to start cosplaying or are cosplaying already, that yes, they can do it too in any sort of situation, either competing or not. I just want to give them energy, hope, inspiration, anything that will get them started or continue. And me being on stage allows me to do that.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I still do it. And I probably will do it a bit more.
I hope you do.
Thank you.
It's very nice to see you on stage.
Thank you.
Not because we're friends, but because you're a very good cosplayer and you have a very good presence. You come wholesomely to the stage. You know what I mean.
I am prepared to come to a competition no matter what happens. You know what I mean? If you're not prepared to lose, you should not compete. I don't know how to say
I understand what you mean. Yeah. Don't go from not winning a competition into discouragement about you making cosplay.
So yeah, that's probably one of my best memories as a cosplayer, to just survive my first competition, because I really didn't know what to expect. I went in it just to have fun, and it got me hooked, and I cannot I cannot stop.
So yeah, bad experiences. Other than what I said the last time, I don't know if I remember anything. Like, I forget bad things happening so very fast.
Right? Yeah, I'm like that too. But yeah, what I said about in the last episode about person in the wardrobe, please don't do that.
I know that in the conventions before that one, there was a lot of talk about people who are not supposed to be in wardrobes being there and taking photos. But I think that's in the past and it's solved now. So yeah, that was kind of a big thing that was making me very angry. But I was never there. I was always somewhere else. And when I came running to just throw everybody out, they already left.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I never could get this anger out of me. Get out.
I wanted to touch another topic. Budget for conventions.
Yeah, money.
Prices, us budgeting for the tickets, everything.
Being one event. I think that for now our conventions in Slovenia are quite manageable. As far as tickets go and prices, like €5 to 7 to 10 euros, that's not so much money that you wouldn't be able to afford a convention. However, additional costs may arise when you enter the convention, because you find a lot of things that you want to buy, and
yeah, of course, that's what the convention is for, basically. Supporting the artists.
Yeah.
I usually forget about the budget planning, except for the cosplay. But cosplay budget planning is before the convention.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, and I always... Last year's is better because I come prepared and have a least bit of money, like cash. Thank you. Just to buy a souvenir of some kind. But years before that, I completely forgot about that aspect. I was so in cosplay mode, I forgot what else the conventions hold. But yeah, I have no experience about outside of Slovenia conventions. I mean, Ilfia is not a comicon convention, it's an event. So that ticket was a lot in comparison to Slovenia. But there was also a lot to see and do. A lot more than just a normal comicon convention style event.
Something that's more prominent at bigger conventions, and it's not at our conventions yet, is a lot of famous people, and you can get autographs and photos taken with them. That's something that I hope at some point is gonna be available in Slovenia as well, but
yes, hopefully. We'll see.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed. Another thing that would be good to budget, basically, traveling there and back from the convention. I heard of an example. A person had to go home by train, but they spent almost all the money on the convention.
I didn't have the ticket to get home.
Yeah. Luckily, they hitchhiked back.
Yeah. Were they a cosplayer?
No, luckily
thank
no.
God.
They had like money preparations, and I'll have this and this amount with me, and they did. But then they forgot that they have to include the ticket to get home. And going home from the convention is always so sad.
Part. That's why I like to stay as long as possible.
And you go to the
just
after...
to milk it as much as possible. If there is an option for an after party, I will do my best to attend.
Or either make it.
Or just make it, whatever works. I just don't want this to end.
It usually ends for me when I have to go as a cosplayer to the cosplay wardrobe and take everything off. It's always so sad. And only after I get undressed and prepared to go home, because I do, last few years I do have to go home because of the children, but then it hits me and it's convention day is over and I have to wait another year for this specific convention. After con blues.
Do cosplay photos help you with the blues? Like, are they lesser? Or do they just make it worse?
They lessen it.
Okay.
They help a bit.
Yeah, same.
I get anxious if I don't have enough of my own photos, and I will wait for people's. Like, I know that maybe 2 or 3 friends took my photos, and I will be texting for them like the whole day. Please, can you send me a few of my photos, because I have none of my own. Because usually, as a cosplayer, I don't hold my phone because I don't have any area to put it in, like no pockets or something.
Maybe that's something you have to consider for your next cosplay. Something with pockets.
Yeah. Pocket planning.
Yeah.
But so it helps if I know that friends took my photos, so that I don't have to search the internet for people of my image. Going home is sad.
Going home is always sad, I'm kind of happy that there's always like the next con to look forward to. So it's always like, this one's over, but the next one is in a couple of months, so it's almost
or
here.
If you're a cosplayer that planned another cosplay, oh no, it's already in a couple of months. Speaking of going home, I think this episode is coming to a close.
This is it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Comment your own experiences about conventions.
Yes, please do.
And we'll see each other in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Do I do the honors this time?
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in.